It's very important to have a clear vision of what you want your business to be. Not looking at what it is now, but thinking about that transformation, and all through that journey, making sure you're relating everything you do back to that vision. Often, as we go through transformations, you realize the art of the possible. You realize there's so many things that will bring value that you tend to lose focus. And you start saying, let's implement this as well. And you have these side projects. But when you always take it back to what the main purpose and vision of the project was, or the transformation, that's when businesses tend to be successful, because they can chuck things out and say, no, that might be great, but we're going to park that until that really becomes a part of our roadmap and what we're trying to achieve. And many of the businesses that fail don't have that clearly defined at the start, and as a result, they tend to end up in a different direction. There's a few things that can cause costs to spiral out of control. Firstly, I think it's when you don't have a clear picture of what you want at the start of the project, it's easy to pick things as you go along, which then you end up with a big shopping list, which wasn't what you originally planned, but brings great value to your business. And suddenly it's double the cost of what you had planned. Then there's times where the project methodology isn't respected as strictly as it should be. You may go through the breakdown and understanding of requirements and every stage of the project at the beginning, and everybody agrees to it. But 6 months down the line, when everybody's gone through some hardcore requirements workshops and they're a bit more tired from all of that transformation, we'll call it, things start to go out of the window of, actually, we've got an event planned for the business, so we're not going to be available, which pushes the project on longer. Or we've now had a change in our IT products or tooling, so we're going to have to bring in an additional integration. Often not planning and being clear across the business as a whole up front can mean that these impact part of the transformation that you're doing and can cause costs to go up by 2 times or 3 times. Well, you have to look at it from the perspective you're trying to transform your business into something else. And that's at the business level as much as it is the technology. So people's mindsets have to change. They're not trying to recreate what they have today in a better tool. They're trying to look at how they can improve the business processes. And often I find it's very effective when you mix in people who aren't tied to how everything's going on currently. So that could be a new employee or someone from a different part of the business that can offer a different perspective on how they see the business working and running, and give experience outside of the core group who are very set in how you work today. I think the first thing you should be looking at is, are they trying to sell to you? Are they spending any time trying to understand your business, what you do, how it works, and understanding your goals? Because if they're trying to tell you the tool and say, we can do this in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, we've done this many times before, that's great. They're probably right, and they probably will do that. But at the end of it, the value for your business and what you were looking for, there would have been no alignment. So you may be disappointed with a perfectly functional tool that just isn't meant for you. It's great to hear from a partner about what they've done, what's been successful in the industry, but it's even better and more valuable to hear that from actual customers. Great companies tend to make it clear to everyone in the market what they're doing that's great, and working with the customers and how it's great, right? If you're working with a business that has nobody that's saying any positive things about them, that's already a bad sign. Because if they were really positive and sure of what they were doing, they would make sure other people are saying that. I think the first thing you should be looking at if you're about to buy some technology is doing some of the research up front yourself. I think we live in a world now where the information is available and you can find out just through demos available online, what customers are saying, what is right for your company. The same way if you were to buy a new car or house, you would go and do the research, make sure it's fit for your needs. So in reality, when it comes to the sales process, it's more of a validation that you've bought the right thing. You're expecting the salesperson to either change your mind, beat your price that you were considering, but in reality you already knew what you wanted and they're just showing you that, yeah, this is exactly what I thought it would be, or even better, which is great. And that's what I'm going to do and help me make my purchasing decision.